The day the sky split open with an eerie, almost electric charge was the day humanity realized they were not alone in the universe. Across the globe, as people looked up, dozens of sleek, dark vessels resembling obsidian blades cut through the clouds and hovered silently over major cities. The world held its breath, awaiting what would come next. Major Caleb Hart, a tall figure with a composed demeanor and a decorated military background, was among the select few summoned to a secure location for a meeting that would change the course of human history. The United Nations had been contacted directly by the visitors, the Zarlog, who requested a peaceful dialogue with Earth's representatives. Caleb stood in the UN's Assembly Hall, transformed overnight into a command center, surrounded by military personnel, scientists, and diplomats buzzing with subdued urgency. Screens flickered with images of the alien crafts, their sleek forms stark against the blue sky. The atmosphere was tense, an electric mix of fear and fascination. As Caleb was briefed, he absorbed every detail. The Zarlog wanted to meet aboard their flagship in orbit. A specialized team, including Caleb, would shuttle up to the ship. The plan was audacious and risky, yet it presented an unprecedented opportunity for diplomacy. The journey through Earth's atmosphere was tense, and as the shuttle docked with the Zarlog ship, Caleb felt the gravity of his mission. This was beyond national security, it was about planetary survival. The airlock hissed open, and Caleb stepped into the alien vessel, his heart pounding not just in fear but with the thrill of the unknown. The interior of the ship was a marvel of technology and design, with bioluminescent lights casting a soft glow on walls that seemed organically grown rather than built. The Zarlog themselves were as striking as their technology tall, with translucent skin shimmering with iridescent scales. Their eyes glowed with a soft, bioluminescent light, and their movements were graceful, almost fluid. The ambassador, introducing itself as Saren, approached Caleb with a polite bow, its voice a melodic hum translated into English through a device around its neck. "Major Hart, welcome. We seek allies in a struggle far beyond your star system," Saren explained, gesturing for Caleb to follow. "Our conflict with the KKKs has reached a critical point where we need assistance from species unaffected by our adversaries' weaponry." Caleb listened intently, processing the implications. "And why come to us? Earth has no part in your conflict," he responded, his diplomatic training keeping his tone calm and measured. Saren's iridescent scales shimmered in the dim light. "True, but your kind possesses ingenuity and adaptability that we believe can turn the tide. We offer technological exchange and strategic alliances in return for your aid." As Caleb considered this, he couldn't help but be captivated by the opportunity. If Earth could forge a bond with a species as advanced as the Zarlog, humanity's place in the universe would be irrevocably changed. "And what of the KKCs?" Caleb inquired. "What makes them such a formidable foe?" Saren's glow dimmed slightly, and its melodic hum took on a darker tone. "They are relentless and insidious. Their nanotechnology corrupts and assimilates entire civilizations. We have lost many worlds to them." Caleb felt a chill. "And what role do you see us playing in this struggle? The KKKs have not yet encountered humans." "This makes you an unpredictable variable," Saren said, with a hint of admiration. "We believe your unconventional tactics and strategic creativity can disrupt their plans. Will you stand with us?" Caleb stood silently for a moment, feeling the weight of the question. Finally, he nodded. "We will need to bring this to the UN, but I believe humanity will answer your call." Saren bowed again. "Then let us proceed. The fate of more than one world may rest on our alliance." As the meeting concluded and the shuttle returned to Earth, Caleb couldn't help but feel a sense of destiny. Humanity was on the brink of a new chapter, and the decisions made in the coming days would shape the future of the galaxy. Kicking in despite the surreal circumstances, Saren led him to a viewing platform, showing a holographic map of the galaxy with areas marked in red signifying conflict zones. Because Major Hart, humans possess a unique trait: your biological makeup renders you immune to the primary weapons used by our enemies. This is rare and invaluable. Caleb felt a mix of pride and concern. Humanity was special, yet this trait could draw them into an interstellar war. They were ill-prepared for "let us show you our worlds, our people, and what's at stake." Saren proposed a serious undertone to its melodic voice. "Help us. And in return, we offer technology, knowledge, and a place in the galactic community." As Caleb looked out at the stars, he knew Earth was crossing a threshold from which there was no return. His decision, and the subsequent choices of Earth's leaders, would position humanity either as a pivotal ally in this cosmic battle or leave them vulnerable to other forces in the universe with intentions not as benign as the Zarlogs. With a slow nod, Caleb turned back to Saren. I will relay your message, and your offer. Humanity must consider its place in the cosmos carefully. After Caleb's historic meeting with the Zarlog, he returned to Earth laden with the daunting task of informing world leaders about the alien request for an alliance and the revelation of human immunity to extraterrestrial weapons. The UN Security Council convened in an emergency session with Caleb at the center. Relaying his experiences and the Zarlog's proposal, the news was met with a mix of skepticism, fear, and awe. Scientists were particularly intrigued by the claim of human immunity to alien weapons, a fact that, if true, would redefine humanity's place, not just on Earth, but in the cosmos. Dr. Linus Teo, a leading biologist specializing in genetic mutations, was brought in to lead a team to validate the Zarlog's claims under high-security samples of the alien weaponry provided by the Zarlog. As a gesture of trust, were tested. The world watched as her team conducted live experiments, broadcasting their results to a global audience in a secure laboratory. Lena prepared a demonstration. The weapon, a sleek handheld device, was aimed at various materials and living tissues. Each test resulted in immediate disintegration or severe damage, except when used against human cells. The beam seemed to fizzle out harmless when it contacted anything derived from human biology. The Zarlog were right, Lena announced, her voice echoing in the silent room filled with international observers and cameras. Our preliminary tests confirm that human cells emit a bioelectric field that disrupts the weapon's energy. This is an extraordinary biological defense mechanism, possibly a result of our unique evolutionary path. The implications were profound. Overnight, humanity went from a technologically backward species in the galactic sense to a biologically unique group capable of altering power dynamics in the universe. Caleb, now appointed as the Earth's liaison with the Zarlog, worked tirelessly with global leaders to form a response. The decision was made to cautiously accept the Zarlog's offer with strict protocols and safeguards in place. Earth would enter this galactic alliance, but on its own terms. Training programs were initiated combining human military tactics with alien technology. Caleb himself volunteered to be among the first to train with the Zero warriors. He spent months aboard Zarl vessels adapting to their advanced combat systems and bringing back crucial knowledge. During one of these sessions aboard a Zarlog cruiser orbiting Jupiter, Caleb met Zora, a Zarlog warrior who took a particular interest in human strategies. You move differently, unpredictably, Zara noted as they sparred in a simulated environment. It's not just your immunity, there's something about how you think, how you fight. Caleb, breathing heavily from the exercise, grinned. We've had to be creative to survive on our own planet. Now let's see how it plays out on a bigger stage. Their conversation was interrupted by an urgent message from Earth. The KKKs, having learned of human involvement, launched a surprise attack on a Zarlog outpost near Saturn, where humans were present. The message was clear. The KKs were testing Earth's resolve and capabilities. Caleb's training was put to the test sooner than expected. He and Zara were dispatched to lead a counteroffensive. As they prepared to depart, the weight of his new role settled on Caleb's shoulders. He wasn't just a soldier or a diplomat now. He was a symbol of Earth's entry into the galactic arena. With a determined look, he checked his gear and addressed his mixed team of humans and Zarlog. This isn't just about survival anymore. It's about showing that Earth can stand with the best of them. Let's make sure they never forget our first impression. Caleb and Zara's team rocketed through space toward the Zarlog outpost near Saturn, their vessel slicing through the cosmic void with lethal precision. As they approached, the scale of the Koch's attack became evident. Flashes of destructive energy lit up the dark space, and debris from damaged Zarlo ship spiraled into the void. We're going in hot, Caleb announced, his voice steady despite the adrenaline surging through him. Zara, coordinate with your fleet. We need to cut them off. Zara nodded, her fingers flying over the holographic controls. I'm on it. Koch ships have encircled the station, will breach from the north quadrant. Their ship joined the fray, weaving through the chaos with astounding agility. Caleb's human reflexes and Zara's Zarlog precision creating a formidable duo. The KKKs were relentless, their weapons firing streams of energy that would have been deadly if not for the humans aboard, who seemed to absorb and dissipate the energy effortlessly. Now, Caleb shouted as they neared a Koch's cruiser. He and a team of human soldiers, all immune to the alien energy weapons, boarded the enemy ship. The interior was stark, lit by an ominous red light. Koch soldiers, insectoid with Kittis armor, swarmed to defend their ship. Caleb engaged them hand to hand, his training with the Zarlo giving him an edge. He moved through the ship with a clear goal to disable it and use it as a leverage point to break the siege. Explosions rocked the corridor as his team planted charges around the ship's core. Back on the Zarlo cruiser, Zara directed their fleet with tactical genius, her commands orchestrating a symphony of maneuvers that gradually turned the Tide Coke ships began to retreat their formation, breaking as the human-Zarlog alliance. Pushed forward with a final charge set, Caleb's team evacuated the Coke's cruiser just as it erupted into a blinding explosion, severing the Coke's command chain. Cheers erupted across the communication channels. As the Coke's forces began to falter, "We've got them on the run, a human." Lieutenant called out, watching as Coke's ships disengaged their retreat, covered by the blasts of their comrades. Caleb, now back on his ship, watched the KKK's flee platoon make sure they think twice before coming back. He said firmly, turning to Zara, "Can your ships pursue?" Zara checked her readings, a fierce gleam in her eye. Let's ensure they remember this defeat." The human Zarlo fleet pursued the KKs, harrying them all the way to the edges of the Orion's belt, a key strategic area known for its dense asteroid fields and tricky navigation. The KKs, unfamiliar with the terrain compared to their pursuers, lost several ships to collisions and misjudged maneuvers as the battle drew to a close, with the Coke's forces scattered or destroyed. The Alliance's ships convened amidst the floating rocks of the belt. Caleb and Zara stood side by side on the bridge, looking out at the battered but victorious fleet. "This was more than a skirmish, it was a statement," Caleb declared, meeting the eyes of both human and Zarlo crew members. "Together we've proven that we're not just survivors but protectors. We can hold our ground and fight back." The victory at Orion's belt was celebrated across Earth in Zero territories, hailed as the first major joint triumph in what many hope would be a lasting and fruitful alliance. Humanity had not only demonstrated its unique immunity, but also its capability to lead and fight alongside alien allies. After the resounding victory at Orion's belt, the Earth's Zlog alliance grew stronger, their combined efforts becoming a beacon of cooperation and military strategy. However, not everyone on Earth viewed the alliance positively. Amidst the global celebrations, a disturbing discovery sowed seeds of doubt and fear. Dr. Leon Graves, a renowned human geneticist who had been involved in the initial studies confirming human immunity to alien weaponry, had been arrested under suspicion of espionage. The charges were severe. He was accused of transmitting sensitive biological data to the Crocs. Caleb was summoned to a secure military facility where Lion was being held. The meeting room was stark, the atmosphere tense, as Caleb sat across from Leon, who looked defiant despite his circumstances. "Why would you betray your planet?" Leon Caleb asked, his voice tinged with personal betrayal. Leon's research had been crucial to understanding their unique immunity, and Caleb had respected him. Leon's eyes flashed with an unsettling fervor. "To level the playing field, Major Hart, the Zarlo come to us with sweet promises of alliance and peace. But what do we truly know about them? We're just pawns in their cosmic game." Caleb shook his head, struggling to grasp logic. "By handing our secrets to the KKs, they've attacked us." "Leon, people died." Leon leaned forward, his voice low. "Think, Caleb, our immunity makes us valuable to everyone, not just the Zarlog. If we're the only ones who can stand up to these weapons, how long? Until we're exploited. I wanted to ensure humanity remains independent, not indebted or subservient to alien agendas." Caleb recoiled, stunned by the depth of Leon's conviction. "By risking countless lives, that's not independent, it's treason." Their conversation was interrupted as a senior intelligence officer entered the room, indicating that their time was up. Caleb stood looking down at Lon with a mixture of pity and anger. "You've endangered the very freedom you claim to protect." As Caleb left the facility, the weight of Lion's words lingered. The incident sparked a heated debate globally about the nature of their new alliances and the potential risks of their unique biological status. Meanwhile, security protocols were tightened, and the incident led to a deeper scrutiny of all personnel involved in the Earth Zarlog operations. Despite the setback, the alliance leaders worked hard to reassure the public of their commitment to mutual protection and transparency. To further demonstrate their dedication to Earth's sovereignty, the Zarlog offered an unprecedented exchange of technology that included defensive systems specifically designed to be operated only by humans, thereby solidifying trust and reinforcing human autonomy in the alliance. Caleb, now more cautious but undeterred, understood the delicate balance of power and perception. He spearheaded initiatives to educate the public on the benefits and